Okay, look at that sky. Beautiful, right? Blue, peaceful, not doing anything scary at all. Hold that thought. For most of human history, the sky was not a backdrop. It was not scenery. It was not up there. The sky was an active participant in your life, and sometimes it wanted to kill you. Today, why the sky genuinely terrified our ancestors, why they were right to be terrified, and the extremely long process of figuring out what was actually going on up there. Here's Grunt. It's a nice day, the sun is out, the crops are growing. Nobody's been struck by anything yet. Life is good. The sky, meanwhile, is already planning its next move. Ancient humans understood, on a cellular level, that the sky's good moods were temporary, and the bad moods could arrive in about 3 minutes. Lightning, arguably the most terrifying natural phenomenon of the ancient world, not because it was the most deadly, but because of its specific properties. It was invisible until the moment it struck. It was random. It had no preference for who it hit. A good person, a bad person, a tree, a cow, the elder mid-prayer. The lightning did not care, and there was absolutely nothing you could do about it. The speed alone was the problem. By the time you saw the lightning, it had already happened. Your brain had about 0 seconds of warning time. You couldn't outrun it. You couldn't hide from it in a field. You couldn't negotiate with it. The ancient human's entire threat response toolkit, see the threat, assess the threat, respond to the threat, was completely useless. Lightning didn't make an appointment. Here's the thing. Most people survived lightning strikes. 90% survival rate is actually pretty decent, but surviving wasn't exactly comfortable either. The burns, the hearing, the memory that just left. And then you had to explain to your tribe why you no longer knew anyone's name. So, lethal sometimes, traumatic pretty often, and mysterious always. Here's how scared ancient humans were of lightning. They invented a god for it on every continent. Not just any god, a top-tier god. Zeus, Thor, Indra, Jupiter. Every major ancient civilization looked at the bolt from the sky that could kill you without warning and said, that must be God himself, and he must be angry about something. The lightning bolt became the signature weapon of divinity because nothing else matched its power and unpredictability. You couldn't fight it. You could only hope you hadn't recently done something to deserve it. Ancient Romans solved the "what is the sky trying to tell me" problem with augury, the practice of reading omens in bird flight patterns, thunder timing, and lightning strike locations. Augurs were government officials. Their readings determined when battles could be fought, when elections could proceed, when religious ceremonies were valid. The sky, interpreted by experts, ran the Roman political calendar. A correctly timed thunderclap could cancel a Senate vote. A flight of eagles could justify a war. The sky was literally making policy. A solar eclipse is, from the perspective of someone who has never seen one before and has no idea what's causing it, one of the most terrifying things that can happen. The sun disappears. In the middle of the day, the sky goes dark, stars appear at noon, the temperature drops, animals panic. And then there's this ring of fire where the sun used to be. Every ancient culture that experienced a total solar eclipse had the same first response. Whatever we did, we are extremely sorry, please come back. The global consensus on solar eclipses was something is eating the sun. The specific creature varied by region. Dragons in China, wolves in Norse mythology, frogs in Vietnam, fire dogs in Korea. But the core interpretation was universal. The sun is being consumed, possibly forever, and this is a crisis. The correct response in virtually every ancient culture was to make as much noise as possible to scare away whatever was eating it. Bang drums, shout, throw fire, and it always worked. The eclipse ended, the sun came back, which made make noise a pretty durable policy. Comets were the sky's most alarming development. Ancient people tracked the stars obsessively. Stars were navigation, calendar, agriculture, and religion. They knew exactly what was supposed to be up there. And then one night, something new. A bright thing with a tail, moving through the fixed stars, going somewhere. Ancient astronomers were very good at their jobs, and a comet broke all their models. In recorded history, comets have been blamed for the fall of Jerusalem, the death of Julius Caesar, the Black Death, the Norman Conquest, And the destruction of the Roman Empire. The comet's actual involvement? None. Its perceived involvement? Everything. Halley's Comet appears every 75 to 76 years, regular as anything. Ancient astronomers noticed it kept coming back. Medieval chroniclers noticed it seemed to coincide with disasters. Modern astronomers notice that if you wait 75 years, history will always provide you with a disaster to match any celestial event you choose. Halley's Comet didn't predict catastrophe. It has excellent timing for coincidence. Hailstorms were arguably more terrifying than lightning for ancient farmers because they didn't just kill one person, they killed everyone's food. An entire season of planting, tending, and waiting, gone in 90 seconds. When the Bible lists the plagues of Egypt, hail gets its own plague, the seventh, because the ancient writers understood how catastrophic it was. Ancient farmers prayed for the right amount of rain, no late frost, no early drought, no flooding, and absolutely no hail. The sky had to cooperate on 5 specific parameters for the harvest to work. It often didn't cooperate. When a large volcano erupts, the ash can spread into the upper atmosphere and block sunlight for months or years. Ancient humans watching the sun go red and dim and stay that way had no framework for what was happening. They weren't anywhere near the volcano. The sky was just wrong. The temperature dropped. The crops died. People starved. This happened multiple times in recorded history, and each time the surviving populations described it as the gods extinguishing the sun, because from where they were standing, that's exactly what it looked like. The first meteorologists were not scientists. They were priests. Ancient Babylonian records, dating to around 650 BC, contain systematic weather observations linked to celestial events. They noticed patterns. Red sky at sunset predicts wind. Cloud direction predicts rain timing. They couldn't explain why, but they built operational forecasting from careful observation. The sky was still controlled by the gods, but the gods, it turned out, operated on recognizable patterns. The priests just needed to learn the language. Stonehenge is a lot of things, but at minimum it's a precision astronomical calendar, aligned to the solstices and probably capable of predicting lunar eclipses. The people who built it moved stones weighing up to 25 tons by hand from hundreds of miles away to track the sky's movements with architectural precision. That's not the behavior of people who thought the sky was just decoration. That's the behavior of people who understood that the sky controlled everything: crops, seasons, tides, time, and built a machine to predict it. Around 340 BC, Aristotle wrote the first systematic weather treatise, Meteorologica, and got a lot of it wrong. But the approach was right. The sky operates by physical principles, not divine whims. That idea, that the sky is understandable, was the beginning of the end of sky terror. Not immediately. It took 2,000 years, but the direction was set. Today we have weather satellites, Doppler radar, supercomputer models, and 7-day forecasts. The sky is comprehensively monitored. When a major storm forms, we know about it days in advance. Lightning rods ground the bolts. Hail alerts evacuate crops. Eclipse predictions are calculated centuries ahead of time. The sky didn't change. Our ability to see it did. Benjamin Franklin flew a kite into a lightning storm in 1752, proved lightning was electricity, and invented the lightning rod, a simple metal spike on your roof connected to a wire in the ground. After 200,000 years of lightning being completely unkillable, Franklin made it killable with a pointy stick and some wire. The lightning still strikes. It just doesn't care anymore because it goes into the ground instead of into you. Sometimes the solution is embarrassingly simple. The sky didn't get less dangerous. We just got less available as targets. The sky Grunt lived under was genuinely terrifying, not because he was wrong to be scared, but because he had no information. The sky is the same sky. The physics haven't changed. The information has. And information, it turns out, is basically the cure for sky terror. Grunt, for his part, never fully trusted the sky. And honestly, good. The sky earned that reputation. The appropriate response to the sky is cautious appreciation with ongoing vigilance. Grunt was just being reasonable. Next time you look up at a beautiful sky, remember, your ancestors had the same sky, the same clouds, and approximately zero tools for knowing what any of it meant. Your calm is not bravery. Your calm is information. And information is the whole game. Subscribe. More terrified ancient humans every week.